what has handcuffed our community. People won't call the police when they see things. As our gentleman from the shots fired said, there are times when people will tell us, oh, we had a shooting here last night, but no one called. Why should we call? You know, because they're afraid. And I am on the mindset, if we really look at the root of the problem and really get into what we need to do, we can all make this significant difference. So police need you to make the difference. We need you to make the phone calls. We need you to get license plates when you see them. You know, it's not so much that we want to put our kids away, but when you sit in the seat that myself and Sergeant Brown sits in sometimes, and some of my other other officers here, you'll never understand the feel we feel when we respond to a shooting scene and we look at the kid that's lying dead on the ground, it's dying, and being here the number of years I have, it turns out to be a kid you've known and know his whole family, to feel their pain, only to find out that the kid who did it, who is now running from the police, we know him and his whole family. What could have brought them to this tragic confrontation? So we are dedicated to doing something strategically. Those that are here understand we have a no-nonsense policy now with some of the things, with the crimes that are taking place. If you feel that, as I believe Mayor Bowser said, people can be on the corner, we identify, we know who's on the corner, who should be in and who shouldn't be there. We know who's in the projects, who live there, who deserve to be there, and who's not. A lot of the crimes that we have had taking place are in people that are victims of crimes, some of which are in their neighborhoods, the ones that are committing it are not. But we have a lot of things that's happening right in front of many of you, and you know what's happening, and no one will make the call. I also challenge our Congress people and our Assembly. One of the things that I think also handcuffs us and handcuffs you is your fear. Many of you know about the thing online called the snitch page. So once we arrest an offender and we send him away, his friends, he has discovery from trial. So now he turns that over to his friends. His friends go online onto the snitch page, they put it online, and now you feel in fear. We understand that, so we're hoping somewhere or another, the way discovery is passed along, that we can find another way of working that out so that you can feel safe and secure in calling us and trusting us. You know, many of you call me all the time. We're here, and I guess we're just going to take some questions.
Not yet, but we're getting there. No questions about. Let me just mention, we were just notified just a moment ago that Reverend Al Sharpton should be here in about 10 minutes' time. So Reverend Al Sharpton tonight in Plainfield, New Jersey, to be a part of our town hall meeting. Mayor Briggs.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Sergeant Reed. Did you finish what you were saying? Yes? Okay, well, thank you so very, very much. Just want to be absolutely sure. You know, we have a quick announcement. The fire department asked for certain vehicles, and I'm sorry, that's what I was reading, Kenny. The fire department has asked for certain vehicles to please be moved around the block because you're blocking people in. There's a Concord SLV, UNT 97A, there's MB SLV, MSK 97C, GMC SUB, BLK ZDB 46J. Please move those beautiful, beautiful vehicles. We would hate for them to become property of the city of Plainfield. Absolutely. Thank you so very, very much. And I'll tell you, I see someone on the panel who is no stranger to the city of Plainfield, as he does have some roots here, but he's come here to help us on a number of occasions when there were situations that have arisen that needed his assistance, as well as the assistance of the group that he's with and he represents, which is POP, People's Organization for Progress. And I had a chance to march with him once or twice, maybe up in the East Orange area, I think in Plainfield a year or so ago. I know also Mr. Steve Hatcher, who's president of the local POP, is here, and thank you for being here. But we also have Mr. Ham, Mr. Larry Ham, who is here.
All right.
I'm telling you, great speaker. Mr. Ham, come on into this conversation with
Larry
us.
Ham!
Yes.
very much.
Thank you.
Mayor Briggs, give Mayor Briggs a hand. Give another hand. First tonight, Imhotep, Brother Gary Bird.
Mobilize.
Everybody in the audience say power to the people.
Power to the people.
And Mayor Bowser was right on time when he said that this situation is not going to turn around unless we turn it around. And the question that's before us, Salam Ismail, is what are we going to do after the program is over tonight? Are we going to just view this as another form of entertainment? Or are we going to go out and get involved with organizations that are fighting to stop the violence in our community? Everybody in this room should be part of an organization that's working for the uplift of our community. I just want to mention that here in Plainfield, just last week, the Plainfield branch of the People's Organization for Progress had a Stop the Violence rally, so give the Plainfield branch a big hand. They've been having these rallies on a regular basis. And these rallies are important, not only with what POP is doing, but with all the groups. There are many groups in Plainfield that are working to stop the violence. It's important, if for no other reason, to let people know that we do not accept this murder and violence and crime in our communities. I just want to say, tomorrow night, in terms of where do we go from here, next steps, tomorrow night, the Plainfield branch of the People's Organization for Progress will be meeting at the Agape Worship Center, Mayor Briggs, right here in Plainfield. It's 922 East 7th Street. And that meeting is going to take place at 6:30 p.m. And they will be discussing the anti-violence movement and how to build it at that meeting. That's the Agape Worship Center, 922 East 7th Street in Plainfield, New Jersey at 6:30 p.m. And for those of you in Newark, the Newark branch of the People's Organization for Progress will be meeting to discuss the anti-violence efforts in that area on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at the Abyssinian Baptist Church, 224 West Kenny Street. So those are two important meetings that are coming up. And I just want to say that if we are serious about stopping the drugs, the crime, and the violence in our community, we all have to be involved. All of us. It's a multi-dimensional, multifaceted question. But invariably, after we do what we have to do in our homes as parents and in our communities as residents, the question becomes, what is government policy? If people are really serious about stopping this outbreak of violence and homicide in our community, we must stop the illegal flow of guns and drugs into our communities. We must do more. And this is a question that the Obama administration must address. And you know, I am a big supporter of the president. Mayor Bowser, we took 7 buses down to the inauguration. But besides worrying about Afghanistan, the president got to worry about Plainfield and Newark and East Orange and Irvington. And he has to use his office as a pulpit to address our issues. We must do more in terms of drug interdiction at our borders. As we have invaded Afghanistan, the amount of heroin has increased astronomically coming out of Afghanistan onto the streets of the cities of New Jersey and New York and Connecticut. In addition to this, if we are serious about stopping the problem of crime in our community, crime is the handmaid of poverty. We bailed out the banks, we bailed out BP, now it's time to bail out the people. We need a national jobs program, jobs at a living wage. We need to take the same steps that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt took during the Great Depression when unemployment as it is today.
That's right.
The national government, the federal government created the jobs program, created the WPA and the CCC and the work camps. We need a national jobs program to put our young people to work. To work.